I hope they make this like a game, cause it's gonna be fun. This is called 5 brand new Mandela effects. I like the music already. It
Hello
sounds
and
real
welcome
suspenseful.
everyone to another all-time scary video. My name is Alltime, and before we get started, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all of the new subscribers to my channel. My last video blew up way beyond my own expectations, so thank you all so much for
I hope
subscribing.
one of mine do.
I'm sure you'll enjoy a lot of the videos
For
that
real.
we make, especially this
Tired
one.
of being broke.
Secondly, I always like to remind everyone that not every Mandela effect is going to affect everyone. Sometimes one of these will affect you, sometimes all of them will affect you, and sometimes none of them will. But don't be discouraged. Read through the comments and look at other people's experiences. It's pretty fascinating. Especially in the last video, there are tons of great comments. Anyway, here's my definition for what a Mandela effect is. So if you'd like to read this, pause the video. Now, without
I already
further
know
ado,
what that is.
here are 5 brand new
We all know
Mandela
what
effects.
should know what a Mandela
Number
effect
1.
is.
Do any of you remember the classic card game Uno?
I just play Uno on
A lot of people
Thanksgiving.
have played this game since it was released in 1971, yet seemingly everyone has been playing it wrong. There are 2 popular moves in this card game that everyone seems to know and has used before, but actually have never been in the Uno rules and aren't legal within the game. Somehow though, seemingly everyone knows them and has used them throughout Uno's history. Recently, the official Uno Twitter account has been calling people out over these 2 moves and claiming that they have never been in the rules and that they've never been allowed before in Uno. Bizarre, right? Let me break down the 2 rules and you can tell me if you remember them. The first rule is stacking, which is when one player puts down a draw 2 card, then the next player, instead of drawing 2, places their draw 2 card on top of it and it gets passed down to the next player. So that next player would have to draw
Never
4
played
instead
like
of
that
2. So
in my
that is
life.
called stacking and can go on indefinitely until the last player who can't
I know
stack
some people who
has to
say
draw
that
many
they
cards.
play like that,
Turns
but I've
out
never
that has
played
never
like
been
that.
allowed, yet everyone has used it. Strange, huh? The second popular
Never
Uno
played
move that has never once been allowed in the rules is essentially drawing cards until you get the card you need. Supposedly,
Never
if you
done
don't
that
have the
either.
right card, you only need to draw 1 card and then end your turn. I can't be the only one out there who remembers dozens of hilarious games where you or someone else had to keep drawing until they got the card that they needed, sometimes even forcing their hand to grow to over 20 cards. This is a major Mandela
Never
effect
played
for
like
me
that.
because that rule now, that doesn't exist, that was my favorite part of Uno growing up. That's why I love that game. I loved watching people have to stack and draw and draw and draw. So tell me in the comments, do you remember doing either of these 2 things? If so, how is it possible that so many of us across America and potentially the world played the same game, the same way, with the same rules, yet those rules never existed? I can't wait to read these comments. Number 2. When did the carrying of the Olympic flame begin? I'll give you a second to think about this. What year was it? From what I always understood, this has existed as long as the Olympics have. That the ancient Greeks
That's what I
considered
thought.
fire to be a divine element, a symbol connecting mankind and the gods. Back then, a flame burned permanently at the altar of Zeus and Hera, the same place where the Olympic flame is ultimately brought to today. But no. The Olympic flame relay began in 1936 in Berlin, Germany. Yeah. I don't remember this at all. What about you?
I
As it
didn't
is
even
now,
know
the
that
Olympic
was.
torch relay
Wow.
was nothing more
Did
than
y'all see
Nazi
that?
propaganda. So tell me in the comments below, does that sound right to you? Was the first Olympic torch relay started in 1936? Or do you remember it being there since the beginning?
That's
You can't
what
be
I
the
thought.
only one.
That
Number
was definitely
3.
the beginning.
Think back to the Disney classic The Lion King.
Lion
Remember the
King.
characters Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah.
How do you spell Pumbaa? Is it with one
P-U-M-B-A.
A, or is it with 2? While you make your decision,
I don't
I'll let you
remember
know how
it
I
being
discovered
with
this
2
one.
A's.
The new Lion King remake is coming out, and each character has their own poster with their own image and name on it. While looking through these,
My
the
boy
Pumbaa
Simba.
poster threw me way off. Was it always spelled that way? Here you go. It's Pumbaa with 2 A's.
I thought it was
What do you
with
think?
one.
Is that the correct way of spelling it, or does Pumbaa with 1 A feel more accurate? Let me know in the comments below. And it's funny too, because I wasn't the only one to think that the spelling was off. Here are a bunch of tweets I screenshotted that had the same exact reaction.
If you watch the movie trailer for Lion King, and the title of the trailer on YouTube, it got Pumbaa with 1 A.
Number 4.
Yeah,
I
see
recently
Pumbaa
went up
with
to a
1A.
mountain casino in North Carolina, and as I traveled through these mountains, I noticed something on multiple signs that felt deeply wrong to me. and that is the spelling of Smoky in the Smoky Mountains. Which is the correct spelling? With an E or without?
It's
Well,
probably
the
going to be
correct answer is
without, but
without
it
E.
is. See,
I've always known these mountains as being
It's
spelled
supposed to
with
be
an
with
E,
an E,
but apparently
yeah.
now they don't have one. But it gets weirder. Check out these photos that we captured of Smoky Mountain signs. All of them are missing an E, except for this one particular collection of signs. This photo shows, miraculously, a little bit of residue. Both signs on top are spelled Smoky without an E. But the third time it's mentioned is the hand-drawn sign, and that one has an E in it. Now to me, this is beyond fascinating, so follow along. Why would someone misspell the mountain that their shop is literally built on top of?
Exactly.
How erroneous and absent-minded would one person have to be to buy land on the Smoky Mountain, open up a shop, include Smoky in the title of your business, and lastly, place your sign under two quote-unquote correct spellings of Smoky that contradict yours? It simply doesn't make any sense. Has anyone ever told this owner before? The next time I'm up there, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to ask the owner because I'm super curious to hear what he or she has to say. So tell me in the comments below, is this a Mandela effect for you as well? What are your thoughts on this? Lastly, is there something we aren't quite understanding about the Mandela effect? Specifically regarding hand-painted signs versus machine-made signs and logos. Mysteries through and through. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. Here's my last Mandela effect for you today, and it's mind-blowing, at least to me. So before I get into this, make sure to like this video if you've enjoyed yourself so far, and please subscribe as well so you never miss a video. Everyone has heard of a rainbow before. I'd argue the vast majority of people have seen a rainbow before. But did you know that there are at least 4 other kinds that I discovered that have seemingly always existed?
I only know the rainbow.
But somehow no one has ever heard of them.
After it rains.
They are a moonbow,
Never heard
which
of
is a rainbow created by the moon, a snowbow created by the snow, a
I vaguely
sunbow
remember
created
that.
by the sun, and a fog bow created by fog.
I know the
No, I'm not lying
rainbow,
to
and
you.
I
I'm
heard
not
of the
pushing
sunbow
nonsense.
and
you
the
can Google
and
every
the,
single one of these, and all of these photos
I
I'm
heard
showing
of the
are completely accurate. These are actual
snowball, I
scientific
think.
events that have been seen since as early as 350 BC by Aristotle himself. Okay. Am I alone here? Have any of you ever heard of these before? Somehow
I've
these have
seen
existed
them, but
for
I
a
don't think
minimum
I've
of
ever heard of them
1,600
necessarily.
years and have been known about, written about, and even photographed for decades, but we've never heard of them? Anyway, I can't wait to hear what all of you have to say in the comments below. And it's actually really funny because I discovered these individually, like one at a time. I was joking with a friend after it had rained about how there are rainbows, but there are no sunbows. So once we discovered that, we're like, wait, there's sunbows? And the sunbows don't link to any of the other ones, so we just had to start guessing. Snow? Yep. Fog? Yep. Moon? Uh-huh. So if you discover any more bows, let us know in the comments below because I want to know all of them. This is some ridiculous, crazy thing. It's like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. I've never heard of these before. I want to catch them all. I want to know. So if you discover anything, let us know in the comments below. Again, my name is Alltime, and this is Alltime Scary. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really, truly appreciate it. If you'd like to support me making more content like this, I have a Patreon in the description below. And I do not have any on there yet, but I will eventually have exclusive Mandela Effect videos on there. I will let you know when I do. Every single dollar helps. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video. Later, y'all.
Most of these kind of like seem like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? As far as like the Smoky, never seen Smoky without an E. Pumbaa, when you Google it, Pumbaa with an A comes up. Even in some of the trailers for the movies, Pumbaa was spelled with one A. I've seen a rainbow, a sunbow, snowbow, a rainbow. I've seen some of them. The only one I never seen was the fog. But I just called all of them rainbows. You know what I'm saying? I've called the snowbow a rainbow. You know what I'm saying? But this video was entertaining. I felt like I was playing a game. I'm finna see if they got any more that I can react to. And I'm gonna react to them. Like, comment, subscribe, man, and share my video.